Alright, so today we're gonna be talking about Johnny Somali. And we've been covering this guy a lot on the channel lately because he's been getting himself into a lot of trouble and into a lot of really, really crazy situations. Now, today we're gonna be taking a look at a situation that happened while Johnny Somali was out in South Korea, which is where he's at right now, and he was streaming, right? And out of nowhere, something crazy happened. Some South Korean attacked him. Alright? And so it was a crazy situation. The punch was absolutely insane. Like, I watched the footage and it was just like really, really crazy. You could see the impact. The way that, his body just like completely just shook because of how hard hitting it was. So, yeah, man, it was absolutely insane. And, this is basically a direct consequence of all the crazy things that he's been doing in South Korea. In case you don't know, Johnny Somali is this, you could say, nuisance streamer where he goes into random foreign countries, right? He's originally from the US, and he goes into these foreign countries and he causes problems, hence the name nuisance streamer. And so he live streams himself doing crazy things in public, and then of course that leads to the public getting mad at him, and so then that gets a reaction, and basically that negative reaction is something that fuels his entire online presence, right? So that notoriety is what makes him successful online in terms of the views. Of course, not in terms of likability, because he is really, really disliked online. So that's the thing about him. And so he's been doing a lot of these crazy things in South Korea, and that has led the South Koreans to eventually just say, hey, you know what, we're just gonna start attacking you now. And another thing about Johnny Somali is that it's not just South Korean citizens that are doing this, it's also the lawmakers, right? So he got into legal trouble because of all this stuff as well. So yeah, he just doesn't really seem to understand that he can't really keep this up all that much longer, because eventually, the consequences of his actions are just going to be so insane. And already they are insane, he's getting attacked and he's dealing with all these legal problems. So yeah, who knows what the next thing might be, So without further ado, let's watch the clip.
W stream, are you guys enjoying the stream today? Whoa! Whoa! You should have been live when you saw. What's up? What did you say? What did you say? Hey, back the fuck. What's up? Why? I'm a what? Saying that? Yeah. Can I touch the statue? So you think it's okay to be physically assaulting somebody?
Yeah, you're in my country, buddy.
Listen, but you can't physically assault me. You come to America, you think I'm gonna assault you?
So
what the fuck is that?
Different country, buddy.
So you cannot touch me. You wanna go to jail right now?
Yeah, whatever.
You wanna go to jail? You wanna go to jail? You want me to call the police right now?
Hey, you want to face to me?
Back the fuck up.
Yeah,
you're in front of the police station right here, bro.
Hey,
you're in front of the fucking police station right now. What the fuck are you doing? Why don't you talk and have a conversation? Have a conversation and talk. Take the mask off. You're not a man. You hiding with a fucking mask. Hit better next time. Hit better next time. Should we follow him out or let him go? Let him go? You're a come here and talk. Come talk. Come talk. Come talk. Come here. Come. Now you falling down the stairs like a bitch. Come. You come talk. Take the mask off. He hit me like in the hat. He tried to slap my hat off. It didn't. No damage. No damage. Alex, did you get the footage?
Yeah, I got it.
You got the footage? Alex got the footage. Don't chase Johnny. I'm not gonna chase him. In front of the police station. Look at them. How weak they are. Look at that. Follow that gook. It's crazy.
Alright, so now I'm gonna pause the video and say that I'm giving out shoutouts on this channel to people who subscribe, hit the bell, and comment, I subscribed. And then in the next video, I'll give you a shout out. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, so as you just saw, it was just this really absolutely insane punch. And the thing is that because of how YouTube works, most likely I can't show the actual impact, but I'm sure you heard the sound, like that's how crazy it was, like that's how loud of a sound it made. And yeah, like Johnny was completely just like, his balance just got like completely ruined, and he almost fell to the ground because of how strong the punch was. And then after that, I mean, Johnny didn't fight back or anything. He just went after the guy, and he just said like, hey, stuff like, oh, you want to go to jail, like here's the crazy thing is that he was actually in front of a police station shortly after the actual punch, right? Which I think is absolutely insane. The fact that they were right there in front of the police station, just like a little bit further away from where the actual punch happened. And yeah, it's a really, really crazy situation, man. And then, he says that, hey, if you came to America, do you want me to punch you? Like that's what Johnny said. And the idea there is hey, I came to your country, South Korea, and you punched me, so it's like, oh, this is unfair that you go to someone else's country and you get punched. But of course, the thing here is that Johnny can't really pretend to be just this innocent foreigner just visiting the country, because he's done all these really, really crazy things, like disrespecting historical statues in South Korea. And so yeah, and also just being a general nuisance overall. I recently made a video where I covered this. Johnny Somali was in a store and he caused a scene, and it got to the point where the police had to show up to then escort him out. So yeah, he does all these crazy things. So he can't just like pretend to be some completely innocent guy here. So I mean, I'm not gonna be the guy who says that it's okay to go around like punching people and stuff, but it is worth noting that this isn't just some random act of violence. This is something where Johnny Somali did horrible things in this foreign country, and then the people took matters into their own hands. They got really, really mad at the guy. So yeah, it's a crazy situation. And then you can see how Johnny Somali and this guy, they're just walking away. The guy who punched him, he's clearly trying to get away from this scene, because his whole plan was basically he would just show up, he would attack Johnny once, and then he would just go. But since Johnny is following him, he's like kind of getting a bit anxious. I could kind of see that. And then eventually, he goes to, I think, a subway station. He goes downstairs, and then at that point, he's about to just leave. And at that point, once he starts going downstairs, Johnny just stops following the guy. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of that thing. And here's the crazy thing. Once Johnny starts basically calling him a coward, I mean, he uses a different word, I can't use that, but basically, once Johnny starts calling him that, this guy actually almost comes back, And the thing is that at that point, like when he almost starts coming back, Johnny actually like backs off, like he gets scared. And so, yeah, man, I mean, it's pretty insane. And then after that, that guy just goes away. And one of the things that I do want to share here is that Johnny Somali, one of the crazy things he did was that he really, really did a horrible thing where he disrespected this historical statue in South Korea, which is a statue for the comfort women. So that statue is something that's really important for the Korean people, because it's a symbol of the women who were victims of abuse during World War II. And to be specific, it was SA, So in case you don't know, you could like look that up. I can't say the full thing because of how YouTube works and all that. But basically, it was this horrible form of abuse that the Korean women went through during World War II. And these statues were a symbol of that. And Johnny Somali did this.
Yeah. Japan hates this thing. Right here.
Yeah, make sure to fucking show it.
Japan hates this thing.
Tell them why. Tell them
Let me
why.
sit down with it. Put it, hold it. Japan hates. Let me sit down with it. I don't know if it's disrespect to sit here. I stand with the Korean people. Bring it closer to me. Come closer. I stand with the Korean people. I love Korea. And everything that I did in Japan was for the Korean and the Chinese people. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
So yeah, as you just saw, Johnny Somali just went ahead and disrespected that statue. And it's absolutely insane that, he guessed it given the context of what the statue is for. It's for the remembrance of SA victims. So, it's even more disrespectful given the background context of the statue itself. So, this is just one of the many, many crazy things that Johnny Somali did. So it's just absolutely insane, seeing the absolutely crazy things that he did in South Korea. And of course, if you do that, eventually the people are going to start, coming after you. You're a public figure. People know you. They know your face. They know your name. And you're streaming too. So, when you go on stream, your location is live pretty much. I mean, if someone can tell where you are in terms of your surroundings, if they can just see, through your live stream what your surroundings are, and if they go like, oh, I know that place, I know where this guy is standing right now, that's it. You're gonna get hunted down. And that's exactly what happened. Now, with all that being said, guys, let me know what you think about this situation down in the comments below. And with all that being said, this is Alexi signing out.